Good morning. Taking a live look outside with live cam. Justin is here with our forecast. He is going to tell us around what time that rain could be arriving for us today.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hey there. Good morning. It is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, July 23rd.
Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. We do have some power outages this morning to tell you about. So we are tracking them on the city's northwest side. And right now, close to 3,000 people are without power in areas just north of John Harlan High School and Culebra Road. You can see there on our map all the outages there, but it looks like only that one neighborhood for now. Of course, we're going to keep you posted throughout the morning, but not so much an issue right now as far as the weather, Justin.
Yeah, it probably is weather related, but it probably came with the earlier storms where we had some pretty electrical stuff overnight. Showers and storms came through San Antonio, and it was busy for at least a time, and now we're getting the really heavy stuff across parts of the hill country. So there are flash flood warnings for parts of Edwards County and parts of Alberta and Edwards County that are going to go to roughly 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. So this is where we're getting some really heavy rain. Now, it's mainly rural areas outside of Rock Springs, but we're estimating now 6 to 7 inches of rain, and that's mostly been just this morning. So that's where the rain is right now. You see down here in San Antonio, there's not much. We've got a shower or two, but not incredibly active, at least at the moment. We're going to dig in a little deeper with the radar coming up in just a few minutes. And you just heard, yes, we do have some power outages, 3,000, as we just said, the latest there across Bexar County with some of those storms overnight. So our forecast today, we're going to ramp rain chances up to about 50%. Maybe not quite as busy as yesterday, but still showers and storms nonetheless. And folks that maybe didn't get rain yesterday will get some this afternoon. Notice the high temperature. This is well below average, 86. Because of the clouds and that potential rainfall. We're going to talk all about it. We'll dig in deeper some of those rainfall totals too. There were some good ones yesterday coming up in just a bit. But we may have our first incident of the morning. Some flashing lights, guys.
Yep, right there at 281 at Danella. Do you have anything on TxStat?
Well, TxStat is saying that it's a stalled vehicle. And of course, when you have something like this, it's so early in the morning, you want to make sure that the emergency vehicles get out there to help that person get out of the road safe. And that's why I think we see those flashing lights, is they just want to draw attention to the fact that something is going on there. So drive safely when you go around that area.
Looks like right there it may be lane 3, one of the main lanes is blocked, and also the shoulder is blocked. So maybe, there you go, they're zooming in right there. Ramp to 281 to 1604. Oh yeah, so be aware of that right now when traveling. We're also going to get a check-in with Alex Gomez, who's been on the roadways all morning.
Yeah, good morning, and as RJ likes to say, happy Taco Tuesday. I gotta keep the tradition alive. But right now I am on the north side, 410 eastbound at Nacogdoches Road. My main concern this morning has been the wet roads. This past hour, I mostly saw them on the north side, especially on 1604. I also drove downtown, and on the south side, much drier down there. So I'm going to keep on driving around. RJ should be back tomorrow from vacation. I'm hoping he ate plenty of tacos. Stephanie.
I don't know where he went. We're going to have to ask him. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Well, new this morning, San Antonio police say a woman was shot overnight while sitting outside a bar in downtown, but officers don't know where the bullet came from. It happened around midnight in the 500 block of East Crockett. That's near I-37 in East Houston. Police say the 29-year-old woman was sitting on the top patio of Smoke Sky Bar downtown and was hit by a bullet in her upper back. Now, she was taken to the hospital in critical condition, but police say nobody knows exactly where the shot came from. However, police say it could have come from the parking lot or the highway.
Well, a man firing shots from inside his apartment prompted San Antonio police officers to evacuate families out of their apartments last night. Now, according to the department, a 60-year-old man was shooting from inside an apartment complex off of Northwest Loop 410 near Evers Road. Now, police say those shots were going into other parts of the complex. Neighbors were evacuated, and when officers eventually forced their way into that apartment, they found that the suspect wasn't there. However, police say they know who that suspect is, and they're going to find him later. Residents were allowed back into their homes, and no injuries were reported.
This morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is remembering one of its own. 20-year-old Deputy Meredith Portillo was one of 3 people that died in a crash over the weekend when a car she was driving was hit by a wrong-way driver. Sheriff Javier Salazar said Meredith had been with the sheriff's office for less than a year. She planned on joining the Special Emergency Response Team. Meredith was off duty at the time of the crash. She had 2 other passengers in her car, and one of them also died. Now, as for the wrong-way driver, he was also killed in that crash.
Now, a live look at the White House this morning. Both ABC and CNN say Vice President Harris has the support of enough Democratic delegates to win the party's nomination to be president. Now, Harris heads to the battleground state of Wisconsin today as her campaign for the White House kicks into high gear. Speaking to campaign staff in Wilmington, Harris quickly leaned into the themes that will be prominent in her campaign against Trump.
Roles I took on perpetrators of all kinds. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. Donald Trump wants to take our country backward to a time before many of our fellow Americans had full freedoms and rights. But we are not going to let that happen.
Well, Harris is also self-proclaiming herself as a defender of economic opportunity and abortion access. She's even notching endorsements from top Democrats like former Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Meanwhile, Donald Trump quickly named Harris as worse than Biden.
And while support for Harris as the Democratic nominee builds, Democrats have to answer another question. Who will be the next nominee's running mate? Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has been mentioned several times, but yesterday she announced she's helping the Harris campaign behind the scenes. Other Democrats like Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro are contenders, but they're not saying anything on the prospects of being the nominee's VP pick.
I immediately gave her my endorsement and said I would do everything in my power to support her here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
And people have also mentioned Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear as a possible VP pick.
Back at home, we wanted to hear what people here in San Antonio had to say about the president stepping aside and his immediate endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris. Those we talked to are split on whether they think other candidates should step in to challenge her.
Vice President Harris, I think she's in a good position to do so. I'm interested to see who she's going to pick for her VP.
I would like to hear from some other prominent Democrats, some younger people, and just see a democratic process play out before the convention.
Now, what they all agree on is that the delegates need to take the people's voices into consideration when choosing who to support.
And you have to admit, this has been an interesting election season so far. Of course, you can count on KSAT to keep you in the loop between now and Election Day. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen right now to follow along on all the election-related news from now until November.
Well, before we go to break, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle says her agency failed in its mission to protect former President Donald Trump. She even called the attempt on Trump's life the Secret Service's most significant operational failure in decades. Lawmakers of both major political parties are demanding that she resign over security failures that allowed a gunman to scale a roof and open fire at Trump's campaign rally. Now, Cheadle was berated by Republicans and some Democrats yesterday, repeatedly angering lawmakers by evading questions.
On July 13th, we failed. I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no.
Well, Cheadle pushed back yesterday against accusations that the Secret Service denied requests for more security at the rally, and she vowed not to resign, saying she is the best person to lead the Secret Service at this time.
All right, well, we hope you're having a good morning with us. 6:09 right now, 76 degrees.
Well, still to come, how a summer camp is helping kids learn about type 2 diabetes prevention with a little help from the YMCA.
And after the break, it's something no one wants to talk about, but we all have to deal with it. Why dust at home can hurt your long-term health and how you can get rid of it.
Let's look out there with a live cam. It's a nice morning. We're at 76 degrees, not too hot, and we're excited that we're expecting rain once again. And again, if you didn't get it at your house yesterday, maybe today. We'll be right back.
Hey there, welcome back. Well, it's a problem we don't want to talk about often, but it's everywhere and it's always around. It's always around in my house, although I just ignore it.
I know. Well, it doesn't go away. And then when you clean it out, it comes back. Well, the battle to clear out dust can be a constant and just downright annoying. And it's not just about keeping things clean. As digital journalist Ivan Herrera tells us, dust also contains dangerous particles that can cause serious health issues.
Few of us think much about dust, except how to get rid of it.
On the surface, dust appears to be skin, hair, and dander. But take a closer look and you can find unhealthy substances, including heavy metal fragments like lead paint, fungi, mold, mites, microplastics, and forever chemicals for PFAS.
Because we're surrounded by dust, we breathe it in, which can irritate our lungs and trigger allergies and asthma in the short term. In the long term, some of the chemicals are linked to diabetes, various cancers, reproductive problems, and serious health issues. While battling dust is certainly a challenge, it's not impossible.
A good air purifier that uses HEPA filters is designed to capture at least 99.97% of particles 0.3 micrometers in diameter, the size of many dust particles.
For a small room, CR recommends this Germ Guardian model. For larger rooms, check out the Blue Air Blue Pure 211i Max. Another weapon in your dust-battling arsenal, a good vacuum with tight seals and excellent filters to keep vacuumed up debris from spewing back into the air. In CR's rigorous tests, the Kenmore Elite Pet-Friendly Upright checked all those boxes. Running a dehumidifier in the basement may help reduce humidity in the whole house and limit the spread of dust mites and allergens they produce. This Medea is the highest rated dehumidifier in CR's tests. Finally, keeping shoes in a closet or on a shoe rack near the door, swapping out fabric curtains for shades, and opting out for area rugs or just bare floors instead of carpets are other ways to help you greatly reduce your exposure to dust.
And Consumer Reports also recommends vacuuming and dusting at least once a week, and be sure to get places where dust likes to hide, like under furniture, on drapes, and in high places like shelves and windows.
That's right. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Definitely. And the dust is killing me right now, and also the mold is through the roof right now. So I'm not having a good time today.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, hopefully we can get it all cleared out
guys,
for you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for being here. And let's go ahead and look out there with our TransGuide cameras. Oh, we have more company on the roadway. There's Loop 410 at Jackson Keller and now Highway 281 at San Pedro. More people on the move.
Looks like people are back from vacation, right?
Yes, or at least maybe like taking off to work at some later hours. But yes, do we have any problems?
I'm looking at 410 and Binns Engelman. There's a disabled vehicle there. You always need to look out for those. Of course, I-10 and I-37, disabled vehicle. And also looking at Woodstone Drive and I-10. A few, like maybe the shoulder lane block, but everything else looks good out there.
Well, good news. Let's go ahead and check back with our Alex Gomez, who's been out on the roadways. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Stephanie. Right now, the roadways are indeed looking great. Right now, I made my way to the north side. This is 21 northbound near Bitters Road. And aside from all those disabled vehicles, we haven't had any reported crashes on the highway. So right now, drive time speeds are going to be great.
Great news. Thank you so much, Alex. Happening right now, CPS Energy crews are working on restoring the power in the Government Canyon Helotes area. You can see right here, our photographer Santiago is out at the scene getting some pictures for us. But yes, they are working on that right now. So it's that whole neighborhood that was affected, but that seems to be the only area of town at this point.
Yeah, you can see everything back there is in darkness, but the good thing is that the crews are there, so hopefully things get back up and going soon.
And that was one of the hardest hit areas when it comes to storms kind of last night, over the last couple nights. In fact, a lot of lightning around there, so it's not really a surprise there's some electrical issues going on. I think we'll see some more lightning strikes today, some more thunder. some more pockets of heavy rain that'll begin to develop. Yesterday got pretty busy. It took until the evening, but it did eventually occur. As we look at authority radar right now, there's not much there. We had one stray shower show up just on the northwest side near UTSA. Not much there with regards to San Antonio. Not the case as you get into the hill country. That's where things are still very active this morning, and that's where the bulk of the heavy rain is as I zoom out here. And I'm going to switch radars very quickly because the radar in Brackettville gives us a little better look at this stuff up here. But we've got flash flood warnings in effect for parts of Edwards and Real County. That's going to go until 8:30. And then a bigger flash flood warning for Edwards and Valverde County that goes until 9 a.m. And these are areas that have really been hit hard by the heavy rain this morning. And what we'll do, we'll pause it and we'll put on some of these radar estimates for you as far as how much rain we've seen over the last 24 hours. We start to get these purple colors, and we're talking in excess of 6 inches here, okay? So that's why these flash flood warnings are there. Estimates of 7 inches there in northern parts of Kerr County, and then parts of Edwards County. Man, we're talking 7 to 8 inches here. Right around Rock Springs. Now, Rock Springs specifically, the numbers haven't been just through the roof, although you're getting some very heavy rain. It's been right around you, but these waters will funnel into the creeks and streams, and they could swell. And we know those all, move downstream towards the coast. So certainly worth watching. And then as you get a little closer to San Antonio, that's where we've had some pretty heavy rain overnight as well. And I'm going to switch radar sources one more time. And we'll take a look at some of these areas that have got some good rain. Places like Bandera County last night, picking up close to potentially 6 inches there. Maybe a little bit more. But you'll also notice that southern parts of San Antonio saw hardly anything, which I know is a bummer, but I'm hoping we can get some rain there this afternoon as we get some of the heating and that sort of thing later today. I did want to point out that a lot of that rain I just showed you fell in the recharge zone. So the Edwards Aquifer should take a big bump later today too. That's something we're watching. And I think it's going to take some time. It takes some time for the water to funnel in there, but that's kind of the idea. Let's go outside for you right now. 76 here in San Antonio, still mostly cloudy. 72 for Bernie and Kerrville. And here's a look at the futurecast. Now look, these computer models are not great in these situations. There's outflow boundaries going every which way during the afternoon. And so they're not going to handle this particularly well. But they give us just sort of a general idea that as we head into the afternoon, 4 o'clock, there's going to be some more showers and downpours around, some thunderstorms potentially. This is around 7 o'clock, shows activity here around San Antonio. Again, as far as whether it falls on your house or not, it's the luck of the draw, unfortunately. I do think this morning, hill country is certainly the favorite area, but during the afternoon, could be just about anybody here in our viewing area, and then we'll see things kind of die down. And I think we'll see less coverage as we get into Wednesday. 40% chance this morning, 50% chance this afternoon, and temperatures only topping out at about 86 or so. Extended forecast, 40% chance Wednesday, 40% chance Thursday, so slightly lower coverage, but it did bump it back up there Friday and Saturday before rain chances go away altogether after the weekend and things dry out next week.
Check it out.
Nice. Blue Buffalo, huh? We have Nutrish.
Well, Blue's got deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal.
Nutrish has chicken, soybean meal, whole corn, whole grain wheat. Okay, bud, we'll switch to Blue.
Want a next level clean? Swish with the Whoa of Listerine. It kills 99.9% of bad breath germs for 5 times more cleaning power than brushing and flossing alone. Get a next level clean with Listerine. Feel the Whoa.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema. And they can show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the theater experience boosting the summer box office.
If you feel it, chase it!
And many moviegoers are feeling it, watching in a 4DX theater, which brings the movie to life, and taking to social media to talk about it.
This is crazy. Yeah.
The hashtags Twisters and 4DX storming TikTok, showing people in the seats tossed around in sync with what's happening on screen. Our Trevor Alt had to take it for a spin.
They have smoke machines, and all these chairs are going to be whipping around every time a tornado comes through.
I think these types of technologies are a way to bolster not only box office, but just get moviegoers excited about that much differentiated experience from sitting on your couch.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the 4DX experience. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
Welcome back at 6:25. Well, did you know over 280,000 people living in Bexar County have some form of diabetes?
That's why this summer, the YMCA Greater San Antonio is teaching kids about preventing type 2 diabetes. Now, it's all thanks to a partnership with Camp Project from the American Diabetes Association. This camp teaches kids who are at risk for type 2 diabetes about nutrition and fun ways to be active, like bike riding, swimming, and playing basketball.
We really want to introduce that activity, eating healthy can be easy. It doesn't have to be so hard.
And this camp is all week long at the Westside Family YMCA. Parents, if you want to learn more about this camp, just head to our website, KSAT.com.
And the time now is 6:26, and we're at about 76 degrees right now.
Let's take a live look outside the roads right now. Alex Gomez behind the wheel there. Looks like he's getting a little company out there. Traffic's starting to pick up. We're going to check in with him in just a little.
Good morning. Rise and shine. It's about 6:30 a.m. right now. It's really nice out there, actually. 76 degrees, not a bad way to start your day. Hi, good morning. We made it to Tuesday, July 23rd.
We hope you're having a blessed morning. Thank you for spending it with us.
And we're going to tell you about some power outages that we've been tracking on the city's northwest side, even though the weather's good right now. There are close to 3,000 people without power. So this is in areas just north of John Harlan High School and Culebra Road.
And we're taking a live look right now at that area where energy crews are just arriving. Hopefully they're going to get to work here in a few minutes to restore power to all those people. This is our photojournalist Santiago Esparza that's out there. He's been out there since the crews arrived. Again, this is in the Government Canyon Helotes area where a few thousand people are without power.
Yeah, we'll be checking back with him in just a moment. But for now, we're going to check in with Justin about that pretty weather we've been having.
Yeah, the rain was nice for those who got it yesterday. I want to show you a picture from New Braunfels. This was actually at Canyon High School, and you look at that, man, you would think just a big bad storm's coming in. These storms look a little more impressive than they actually are, and it's because there's so much moisture in the atmosphere. They're good rain producers. You get these really dark clouds, but probably not as mean as it looks here. We did get some lightning and thunder and some gusty winds with some of these storms as they moved into New Braunfels yesterday and brought some much needed rain. Let's get to the radar right now. And I'll show you that still a lot of the heavy rain is well out to our west this morning. They continue to issue flash flood warnings. A new one now up around the Junction area, but down towards Rock Springs in this corridor is where we've seen estimates of 7 to 8 inches of rain. And now we're starting to see this shift a little bit further now to the east and southeast. So places like Lakey, eventually you're going to get some of this heavy rain. I think that'll continue to shift in. We'll see what this does for the Frio River too. Could start to fill up some of these rivers and creeks, and they could start flowing again. So you got to be careful if you are going through any low water crossings. Kerrville, same story. You're starting to see the rain move in. I'm going to switch radar sources here. But you actually have a nice little cell just off to your south that'll be shifting in here soon around Kerrville. Now, if you're watching us from San Antonio, nothing right now, nothing. But I think as the day wears on and we get some instability, you'll start to see some showers and storms popping up here locally. We'll keep it a 40% chance. Again, that's mainly for the hill country this morning, but we will bring it up to a 50% chance for everybody this afternoon. Temperatures on their way to the mid-80s. Not bad. That's well below average. And we've seen dry roads around San Antonio this morning, but we are starting to see the traffic pick up. Let's take a look at some of the TransGuide shots out there. And looks like traffic is moving along smoothly.
Yeah, more people on the roadway right now, but things are running pretty smoothly. We didn't see any problems in these TransGuide video pictures here. And also looking at the TxDOT website, just looks like there's a couple of disabled vehicles, but no big incidents at this time. Let's go ahead and take another look with Alex Gomez out on the roadways. You've had pretty good, nice roadways this morning.
Yeah, smooth sailing for the most part. Good morning, Stephanie. Right now, I am coming down from the far northwest side, and things have actually been pretty good. Check out I-10 eastbound coming down near Medical Drive. We do have a lot more daylight out here now, so the sun should be coming up soon. Hopefully that will dry out the rest of the roads, especially on the north side. The north side and on 1604 mostly have damp and wet roads. So even with that, drivers still doing an excellent job of just driving safe and avoiding any crashes out here. Stephanie?
Thank you, Alex. Well, now that you've mentioned Taco Tuesday, now we see all the taco restaurants while he's driving out there.
All right. Well, you've probably seen neighborhoods across town where the streets simply don't drain very well.
Well, and as our Avery Everett shows us, for one neighborhood, crews will soon start a construction project to try to fix the problems.
Here comes the rain.
Here we go again.
When there's water, there's worries in parts of Encino Park.
It's disappointing.
On a dry day, this far north side neighborhood looks peaceful. But when it rains, neighbors say the calm turns to chaos.
This has lasted too long.
The rain's been stopped for about 20 minutes or so.
This video may look like a waterfall.
If not more than that, probably 30.
But in reality, it's a front lawn. And this isn't the only house with flooding problems in Encino Park.
This is the east side of Siena property.
Resident Andy Parada says it's because of the drainage problems in the Siena Basin. And it's something neighbors have been dealing with for 6 years.
They cleared this entire ridge line down to the rock bed.
Parada says this used to be a Longhorn ranch.
The vegetation, the amount of dirt, all of that stuff provide enough capacity to absorb.
But then construction came for a housing development, and neighbors say they started noticing more flooding. That's why those residents in 2018 met with the developer to find a solution. These retention ponds were added, but neighbors say the problem only got worse.
What would it look like when it rains?
So it fills up.
In 2021, the city got involved.
When the project came to Public Works, we verified that the appropriate means were being taken. The berm and the underground system was the best approach.
This is what the new solution will look like. Using a swale, inlet box, and pipes to help redirect drainage.
This is the best way to allow for the residents to have the least amount of impact and get the most water away.
Construction is set to start in the coming weeks. But after years of back and forth, residents say change can't come soon enough.
This has been a long time waiting.
As neighbors say homes have been damaged and their hope still has yet to be restored. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Days after a major global tech outage, people and businesses are still dealing with problems. This morning, according to the San Antonio International Airport website, several Delta flights are still being affected today. One local family we spoke with says the outage really took the fun out of their summer vacation.
We were supposed to be traveling on Friday, so we showed up here for our trip, and they said the plane had been delayed. If it's canceled, I think we'll have to drive to Florida because we've wasted 3 days.
What's the airline saying? Well, Delta Airlines says it's doing everything it can to get back to normal. The main issue is a faulty update to cybersecurity software from CrowdStrike. That company, based in Austin, says it has released a fix and most users are back to normal now.
While other families and businesses try to recover from the outage, the CEO of CrowdStrike will have to answer for the outage in front of Congress. Leaders in D.C. are asking CEO George Kurtz to testify about the company's role in the worldwide outage. Last Friday, banks, hospitals, and other places that people depend on every day were rendered useless by the outage. So far, there's no word on when that testimony could happen. Republicans who were involved in the request say they want the answer sooner rather than later.
Looking ahead, CPS Energy customers have a chance to give feedback to the utility company in person starting tomorrow. CPS Energy is hosting 2 open house sessions. The first goes from 9:30 to 11 a.m. and then another 2-hour afternoon session will run from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Both take place tomorrow, Wednesday, at the 24th at CPS headquarters on McCullough Avenue. And of course, you can find all this information right now on our website.
Also looking ahead, after 40 years of serving the West Side, the Acadiana Cafe is closing its doors. Now, the restaurant's owner announced that they will close next month. The property has already been sold to the Hacienda Vallarta Restaurant Group. The Cajun and Southern style favorite will officially close on August 29th.
Happening today, a woman who was convicted of stealing over $100 million from the U.S. Army will be sentenced in federal court this morning. 57-year-old Janet Mello, dubbed the Gucci Goddess, pled guilty to 10 charges back in March. Now, investigators say it happened while she worked as a civilian financial program manager for Fort Sam Houston. She took millions that were supposed to help the community, and then she spent it on jewelry, clothing, and real estate.
Well, with the 2024 election just over 3 months away, KSAT is launching a new project focused on politics and hearing from voters like you. Well, tonight on the Night Beat, Stefania Jimenez has a preview of the first episode of Your Voice, South Texas. She visits Uvalde to hear from Texans about the things that they care about. And we're talking about everything from immigration to the economy and how people impacted and what they want to see come November. You can watch a preview of Your Voice South Texas right here on KSAT 12 tonight at 10.
All right, we hope you're having a good Tuesday. 6:39, 76 degrees. Very cool out there.
Well, just ahead, we have a backstage pass to see Shrek, the musical, before it debuts tonight at the Tobin Center. What the show's creator says audiences could learn from the green heroes on.
Hey there, welcome back. This morning, one of Hollywood's most famous green heroes is taking center stage tonight at the Tobin Center. And no, I know you're thinking we're talking about the Hulk, but we're not.
No, not this time. Ivan Herrera takes us backstage for a sneak peek at Shrek, the musical.
Fall in love all over again with Shrek, Fiona, and their fairy tale friends for Shrek the Musical at the Tobin Center.
There are all these different fairy tale creatures that exist in different worlds, and you're bringing them all into the same world. You know all the smaller stories like Humpty Dumpty and the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood and the Wicked Witch and all these different characters, and you're bringing them into the same space. A lot of the lines from the movie are still in there, which I didn't even know until we were actually riding the plane to our first stop, and I was watching the movie on the plane, and I was like, oh my gosh, like so many of the lines are the same. So yes, you will hear a lot of those iconic lines that we know and love. A lot of us play multiple characters and create the fullness of the world. It's very much an ensemble piece going around this time.
For tickets and showtimes, visit KSAT.com. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
Time now 6:44. Let's look out there with TransGuide this morning. Get another check of the roadways. It's been a fairly nice morning. There's a look there at Highway 90 at Medio Creek and Loop 410 at Babcock Road looking good as well. Take a look at the TxDOT website, and it looks like just a couple of stalled vehicles, but nothing too major around the city. Let's go ahead and get a check back with our Alex Gomez. Let's see. Oh, you have company now.
Yeah, it doesn't look good over here just south of downtown. This is 35 southbound right near Nogalitos. It looks like something may have happened at that interchange 35 south at Highway 90. So a lot of slow traffic right here, and there's nothing being reported when it comes to accidents. So I'm going to try and get a little bit further up ahead just to see what exactly is going on. But again, 35 south at Highway 90. It looks like we're going to have some kind of incident, and I do see first responders now making the scene. So it's going to be an issue this morning, Stephanie.
Yes, it will. Well, keep us updated, Alex. Thank you so much for that. And this morning, we are also tracking some power outages. This is happening on the city's northwest side right now. Close to 3,000 people are without power. This is the area just north of John Harlan High School and Culebra Road. So yes, we are tracking this, and we're going to go ahead and take a live look out there where CPS Energy crews are working on restoring the power in the Government Canyon Helotes area. You could see the crews out there working right now. Earlier we couldn't see anything because, or practically nothing, because it was just so dark out there, but it appears they are trying to get that power back on at this time.
And I was just looking on the traffic maps to see what Alex may have been talking about. It looks like, from what I can see on a TransGuide shot there, that Interstate 35 is getting onto 90 westbound. It looks like there's a crash. So he'll get us some information on that real quick. Looks like it just happened. So he is
he's on it.
Yes,
I told him to go find trouble, and he found it.
He found it all right. Took him a while, but he found it. Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't cause too many problems here on the roadways this morning, but we'll get an update on that here in just a couple minutes. Let's get out to the radar. There are no wet roads here in San Antonio, at least no huge flooding issues here. We do have some damp roads probably still on the north side where we did get some rain overnight. But the big issue right now is across the hill country. This is where we have flash flood warnings in effect for a large area here stretching from Junction down to Rock Springs. And now we're starting to see some pretty heavy rain get closer to Del Rio. And I point out Del Rio because this is a place that desperately needs some rain. They have not gotten much this year. And so to see some good heavy rain falling just outside of town is great. Hopefully we'll get some more in the city of Del Rio with some pockets of heavy rain potentially. But right now, the heaviest of the rain is just off to your north and east. No flash flood warnings here yet, but the National Weather Service may consider extending this further south if this heavy rain continues. And these showers and storms have just produced so much rain. We have some estimates within these flash flood warnings of 6 to 7 inches. So let's pause it here and we'll take a look at 24-hour rainfall estimates. Now these are just estimates, but they are pretty impressive. We haven't got ground truth on this yet. This is mainly in rural areas, but we're estimating close to 7, maybe 8 inches of rain where you have these flash flood warnings here across parts of Edwards and Valverde counties. So this is something we're going to keep a close eye on, even northern parts of Kirk County, estimating close to 8, 9 inches there. So pretty impressive. I would imagine that this is going to fill up some of those rivers and streams too, and those all flow south and southeast. So we'll see how some of these rivers respond as well. I'm going to switch radar sites and we'll go over to the New Braunfels radar and take a little closer look at San Antonio, see if we've got anything brewing here yet. Doesn't look like it. Most of this is ground clutter, so we're not seeing really any shower activity at the moment. This is just, ground clutter. It doesn't look like we have much in the way of shower activity yet. But I think as the day wears on, especially if we can get some heating, we'll get some showers and storms to kind of flare up and redevelop here around San Antonio. We did add in yesterday's rain to our totals here for San Antonio. Now, this is at the airport, and I will tell you that rainfall varied wildly yesterday. Some places in northern Bexar County got up to 4 inches. The airport did not see that much, but we're at 17.52. The average is 18.08, so we're only half an inch below the average, which is a huge, huge change from the last couple of years. As I mentioned, Del Rio could really use the rain. They're at 1.99. Some 8 inches below average. So that rain this morning is going to go a long way helping out things there. 76 in San Antonio. We've got clouds out there. 76 in Converse, 73 in Kerrville. And very quickly, I want to show you the futurecast. Now, these computer models have done a poor job of modeling the atmosphere because there's outflow boundaries floating everywhere, and they just have a hard time resolving these kind of situations. But I think it gets the general idea across that by 4 o'clock, we'll get a scattering of showers and downpours even here around San Antonio, and that could last into the evening. So we're going to keep a 40 to 50% chance of rain in the forecast today. 86, 88 tomorrow, 88 on Thursday, 40% chance, and then we'll bump it back up to 60% chance Friday, and then some more chances Saturday before rain chances almost completely go away, and high pressure makes a return next week.
Oh, let's not talk about that next week. No. Let's just stay in.
Enjoy the moment.
Days.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy the
Those
moment.
rainfall numbers are really impressive, though.
It's encouraging, and we're slowly digging our way out of this drought. It'll take some time.
Yeah, but it's nice while we'll have the rain. Thank you, Justin.
Time right now, 6:50, 76 degrees.
Let's look out there with a live cam for right now. That 76 degrees looks pretty good. We have that cloud cover, not rain in this shot, not yet at least, but if you didn't get rain at your house yesterday, maybe today. Welcome back. It's 6:53. Let's look out there with TransGuide. We do have an accident out there off of Highway 90 and 35, but we don't have a shot of that right now. There's a look at Loop 410 where things are looking good, but we do have Alex Gomez around that area, and he will be giving us updates later on.
I think we actually have the map here real quick, and there you can see the TransGuide shot. Looks like we have a car kind of turned around there. This is the exit from 35 on to 90 west, and the slowdowns now are really starting to pile up there along 35, I-10, whatever you want to call it, where it runs into 90 and I-10, that intersection there. And just know there will be some backups. So let's go over to Alex, and I think he was getting a little bit closer. What are you seeing?
Yeah, good morning, Justin. Yeah, this is going to cause a big problem for anyone trying to exit Highway 90, because if you're coming down 35 southbound, the exit to both 90 east and west is closed right now because of this accident. Now, we do have a tow truck on scene. We are in the clearing stages, but again, traffic is being forced to continue down 35 south still, so they're going to have to make the turnaround near Theo and Malone and then come back up 35 north to get on Highway 90 that way, because again, coming down 35 south, the exit to Highway 90 is closed. Justin.
Causing big problems right now. Thank you so much, Alex. Now, this is a video from last night from one of our viewers who sent it in during the storm, after the storm, and they sent us this video early this morning. You could see like all the first responders out there and the energy crews. And right now, we have CPS energy crews who are working on restoring the power in the Government Canyon Helotes area. You can see they've been there for
several hours.
Yeah, a couple of hours now when it was dark outside. So they're getting to working on that. And right now we still have about 3,000 customers without power. So it's a big area that they're working on. But at this time, this is the only side of town that it seems to be happening.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the big storms were last night. At least the electrical storms. We're still seeing a lot of lightning this morning, this time across the hill country. Several flash flood warnings still in place, and these are going to go through about 9 a.m. this morning. That includes Rock Springs up towards Junction, but this is starting to move a little bit towards the south and east. So we're going to keep an eye on places like Kerrville, Lakey, even northwestern parts of Bandera County, which already have seen some heavy rain, and this could add insult to injury. Also around Del Rio, too, you're starting to see some of these showers and storms. As far as San Antonio is concerned, 50% chance mainly this afternoon, and then 40% chance next couple days, with more opportunities going into the weekend.
Looks good. Thank you, Justin.
Drive safely out there. We'll see you at 9.
Thanks for joining us.